Gundogs at Trail for Tail Dog Training. Beautiful day today, like most of the weather, but some of it's been too hot, which has been quite infuriating because I have to postpone work when it's that hot. Again, thank you again. I've seen some new subscribers. Thank you again for joining, and hello and welcome. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So it's really nice to see the new subscribers. Like I said, I always like to say a little quick shout out and a thank you to everybody who is following. Right, we'll get to it. Okay, so in this episode, we are now going to progress on a little bit of the next layer of your recall. So today we are going to talk about coming away from distractions, recalling away in challenging events, because there are going to be times in the field or even out and about where you need a solid recall, and sometimes if you only teach the foundation of recall, when it comes to things that they are committed to, hence hunting, retrieving, scenting, whatever, on the chase, anything like that, we need to feel like they can listen and come away from things. All right, but in this episode it's just about teaching them listening to come away from things. This is not a chase recall. That is a separate episode which I will train. It's a very different thing, style, because what you're doing when you teach a chase recall is you are teaching the dog in the predatory state of chase to come away from things. So this is very different from this. It will support that, again, because it's another layer that will work towards, but this is about coming away from distractions. For example, your dog's nose is down, or you sent them for a retrieve, you might need to stop them and recall them away from that retrieve and send them to another. So example, like, okay, there's a bird down, you sent them for that bird, somebody said there's a runner there, you need to stop your dog, call them in, or call them towards you to send them for wherever the runner is. Okay, so there's a million reasons. Again, when hunting, when their nose is down, have they pulled forwards, do you need to recall them in? You know, there's a million one things that this is used to it. And also what it's doing is building value in you, teaching the dog that you sort of know better. Okay, that actually, if I trust you, work as a team, listen to you, wherever you call me, whatever you say, you're always right. Okay, so I'm not saying the dogs at times will have a bit of independence where we need them to find things or hunt things or whatever that they will have on their own back. But what I'm saying here is when we're in a shooting field especially, you have to have a dog that is going to listen to everything you're going to say and trust you. Because if you have, I have one quite a strong world boy, very talented, and because he's got such a good nose and he's so driven, I have to be careful of him getting all this freedom or any independence or not worked as a team for things. So it's important when he listens to me that he trusts me and doesn't think, actually, I know better, I know where it is. Because there will be times, yes, I can see he's in the right area or he's something right, and yes, I will let him be, because at the end of the day he's got a powerful nose. But at the same time, there's going to be times where I need him to listen to me and come back to me. Okay, and trust me and think, actually, she is spot on, actually she's valuable, when she's saying good things happen. Do you know what I mean? So we're teaching them that it's valuable to come away from that, because there are times, there are things that are really hard. So what you're going to see in the clip that will follow this conversation is teaching them to come away from, let's say, food and a ball. Okay, so this is a really hard one, but it will help with your, because I do have him in a sit stay, so this is where your progression of your sit stay will support this. If in doubt when we train this, you need somebody else there, depending on your dog, get them in, because what we're going to do is we're going to have them in a sit stay. There'll be food bowl behind them, so I'll have them on a board. Food bowl quite away from them though, first, to set them up for early learning. And what I'm going to do is recall them towards me. So they've got to leave whatever that is behind them and trust me and listen to my recall. I will recall them in, pay them for coming in, then I will set them back up, steadily send them back to what they were going. So I'm also saying to them, just because I'm taking away from it from you now doesn't mean you're not going to get it. So they're building this trust, like, doesn't mean I'm getting it, you know, doesn't mean she's taking it away from me. Okay, there are times I'm going to need to call and you might not get whatever it is out there, and I build that on later down the line. But for now, it's about the dog thinking, God, you're valuable, she didn't take me away from it even though I wanted it. If I listen to her, I get it. That's what they're teaching. If you don't listen to me, you don't get it. So that's why if you have a dog that you're a bit unsure with a ball or a food bowl and you think they'll run in, I stand very close to when I first start in this. I'll be right near the board so they can only have a couple of steps of recall, and I'll build myself backwards, again breaking it down for the dog. Like I said, if you do have this, even being that close, a bit of a struggle, you could use a long line to stop them going, or you can get the support of somebody to pick up the item that you want them to leave to come back to you to get, okay? Because we want that clean, coming to me straight back, and they're like, yeah, well, it's way worth coming to you. It's something they really want, but if they listen to you, they might still get it, okay? But like I said, in this episode, especially when I'm teaching novice dogs and young dogs, it's about them learning I am valuable. I'm not taking you away from it straight away. I just want you to come back to me for whatever reason, okay? But this is what it's all about. So this is recalling away from distractions, recalling away from things they want, and not always taking it away. In this early stage, I'm not taking it away from you. I'm just asking you to come to me for a minute. That's it, be with me, right? And I'm reinforcing them for being with me, bang, back to it, okay? Because it doesn't mean I'm taking it. Okay, like I said, later down the line, I might say, yep, and then walk them off and then remove it, or leave them in a sit stay, remove it, and then do something else. But in this clip, this is about just learning trust. Listen to me, trust me, all right? I'm not always saying I'm taking you away from something, okay? So you're making yourself even more valuable. God, trying to say, good things happen, yeah? So it's super important. And this is not just for the shooting field. This is like a great skill to learn anyway when out and about, if you are bumbling with your dog, if you're going for a walk or whatever. It's about the dog learning to trust you, learning to build value in you. Okay, with everything else, all these layers are so important because we want to work as a team. There's nothing like it. You don't want a dog that's so independent when you do need it to listen, it goes off. You don't want a dog that's totally dependent on you, because obviously we need their nose and stuff. But this is about working as a team, learning to listen to each other, trust each other. So everything that you're guiding the dog, they're building that trust with you. So if you put the foundations for your recall, you know, and you've got a good sit stay and you've got steadiness around, you know, a little bit of something down. If you haven't, just even an empty bowl, yeah. And if you've got a good stay, without allowing that, you can have a mistake, go put the bowl and then send them to it and then build it up like that. There are a million ways you can do it. All I'm looking for in this video is that you guys learn this coming away from stuff. For example, if you're just out on a walk and the dog's sniffing and it's not listening, you can learn that, and you can, if they come away from that sniff, you can say, right, great for coming back to me, go back to the area you were sent in, yeah? So it's like, there's a million different ways you can look at it, you know, there's so many ways. So what you'll see in the next clip is how we train it. I'm going to do it with a food bowl, and I'm also going to do it with a tennis ball, which is a slightly separate, different one. So the tennis ball, as they come away, I'm going to throw the tennis ball through my legs. They come straight into me and through. As they're going for that ball, and it depends on your dog here, I will go and pick the other ball up. Okay, so this is a bit of a progress from the food. It's not teaching them are always getting it, because what you don't want them to do is recall away and then you send them somewhere else and then they fly back and then just go straight for that. You don't know if that's your bird's a bit or something else. So that's a good way of teaching. Again, it wasn't yours, but I'm as valuable as that. So that's why I have two balls, because they're equal measure, because it makes it equal to say I can still weigh that up. The food one, though, I do send them back. So I have two pictures for the dog. Some things you'll get, some not. But both coming back to me is super valuable. All right. So I hope you enjoy the clip. If you have any questions, I only use the whistle for this. You can use the name sometimes if your recall's up and you have a different one. Sometimes some people do. I personally think if you should come on that, then a couple of whistles, that should be it. Okay, and if not, then I need to go back a few steps with my recall. So I hope you enjoyed the clip. Again, this is another progression, another layer. This isn't the complete picture of your recall training. This is just another step from learning the recall. Now we're going to put in some distractions. So this is your next step. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're enjoying the weather, not the too hot days, because they're a nightmare. But yeah, enjoy the clip. Bye. So in this video, we are going to teach the dog to recall away from distractions or things they want. I have my food bowl, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a food bowl over here in front of the dog. Then what I'm going to do is walk around the dog so that they face me. Okay, I will start fairly close to the board, so like a couple of paces from here, and I will call. Then I will slowly build my way back. What I will do if the dog comes in is I will reward them for coming in, pay. Then I will reset them up nice and calmly, because what I don't want is a dog predicting going back. I want them nice and calm, maybe a heel, or they just sit with me a minute. Then I will send them back for the food. So what they're learning, like you said in the previous clip, is trust me, I'm not always taking away from the things you want. Okay, and then in the following clip you will see that when we do it with a ball, that they won't get the ball. They'll learn to come away from things, but still at as a good value as what they were leaving. But for this time we are using the food bowl. Now, like I said, if you need help with this, or you have an unsteady dog at this point, or you have a good sit stay, a dodgy round food or anything like that, get a long line or get somebody to help. So if the dog does run, they can lift the bowl up so that the dog doesn't self-reward, because that's important. Because when it gets really good, you should be able to move the bowl right next to the dog and they come away from it. Okay, so you're going to see the layers I go through with Sid. Siddy? Good boy. Right, so we're going to have the food in the bowl. Couple of steps away. Yes. Ah, you see? Predicting. Yeah. Get it. Good lad. Now you see how it's good that you've seen that. He predicted going back because he does know this game well. But I don't want him thinking straight away. He can look at it and think, because imagine you're on a retrieve and they think they've seen another bird go out. You don't want them swinging straight in, because that might not be where you're sending them. Okay? And also hunting coming in, I want them thinking they're straight out there again. You come with me first, you step with me first before I set you up. Okay? So I'm going to take a couple of more steps back. Yes. Heel. Get it. Making him listen to me, okay? Listen to me first before you get that food bowl. Right, so I'll take a few more steps away. Good boy. So I'm heavily paying that position in front of me, yeah? I don't want him thinking again, he did it again. It's good for you to see this. He's predicting, but I want him sat with me, looking at me. Get it? Good boy, Sidney. Good boy. Paying all the way, giving him feedback exactly of what I want. Yes, good lad. distance. If your dog can only manage that for now, do that, okay? But I want to push him slightly on a little bit, and I'm going to go further away. Good lad. Good boy. Get it. Now, if your dog is only successful there and you just want the distance, what I would suggest is on your first session, have the bowl farther away, just get the distance on yourself. Then on your next session, you can move the bowl closer, okay? I'm just showing you where you can get to. But take it individually. Don't go on literally just this video, okay? Exactly what I'm doing. Keep the bowl at a distance, but increase your distance here, yeah? So they come further and further and further. You're further away from it, but they come away from it. Then you can make it more challenging, okay? Good boy. Better. Get it. Good boy, Sidney. Good boy. I'm not going to push anymore. I'm really pleased with him there. But it gives you an idea of what we are looking for, okay? That coming away from something, all right? Doesn't mean I'm taking you from it, all right? Doesn't mean I'm removing you from it. You might go back to it. So he trusted me. That last one where he came in was spot on for me, and that's where another thing is, I want to finish it on a success with him feeling on a success, exactly the picture of what I wanted. Remember guys, keep your bowl far away at first. You're better increasing your distance than bringing the bowl closer. Then you can get right up to the dog, okay? Leave that basically, come to me, trust me, all right? So in the next clip now, you're going to see it with the tennis ball, but this time he's not going to get the tennis ball out, okay? He'll have one with me instead. So in this clip, we're going to do the 2 tennis balls, okay? This is, I know you love your tennis balls. This is about him leaving the ball and trusting me coming away from it, okay? So this is a bit more exciting for him than food, all right? I want him to recall away from that ball and come to me. What I will do is if he recalls it away from me, he will get a ball straight through my legs or at the side of me, behind, away from the thing I want him to come away from. In this one, I do pick up the ball, okay, because usually a lot of them, they just come straight past, bang on it. And I want them to teach them that sometimes you don't always get what you're coming away from, okay? And this is a really good game, but I've got same value, okay? You're leaving for the same thing. Trust me, whatever you're coming away from, I will outweigh it, okay? Or I will be the same value as it, all right? So again, this is a good one to progress from. You're not... They come away, you might get it. This time we're teaching them, come away from it. Unfortunately, you're not having that, but I've still got something really good for you. You can, if they get good and they bring in the ball to delivery, put it back out and then send them for it sometimes. So you're mixing and matching, but this one is about the next day to teach them away from. Unfortunately, not getting it, but I've got something better. Because there are times you're going to have to call your dog and unfortunately they won't be going back out. They might not be working for whatever reason. They might need to be put on leave because someone else is coming over on a walk. A million reasons, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ball there. Stay close to Sid. Yes. that's what I'm looking for, okay? I can polish up coming straight into me, but for now it's just about coming away. But I will polish this through the thing. Thank you. Yep, I will polish that present, so he comes in, sits, then he'll get it, okay? Good boy. Good lad. Now, if you haven't got steadiness yet and thrown something, okay, what I would suggest is you place it down. All right, again, have somebody with you just in case they won't come away from it, or have them on a long line, all right, so that they learn the value of coming with you. Good boy, Fiddly. Yes, good lad. See how I didn't even run for it or dive for it. I knew he was coming, but I knew I could get there in time, because if I start running or diving for it, he's probably going to go, oh my God, it's way more valuable, okay? So nice and calm. Like I said, I've done mine quite far away from him. So next to the board or wherever they're sat. But I know if I give it a good lob behind me, I have time to nicely, calmly pick that ball up. Like I said, if you need help, have somebody there ready to grab it, okay? Reason why I come back to the board is it gives somebody where the dog knows that there's value, so they're likely to as well leave that alone, okay? Right. So this time I'm not going to turn him round. Yes! Good lad! So I'm going to test if he leaves it. Good boy! Now because he's left it, get it! He came to me first, he delivered the first ball, and he left that ball. So for that, I rewarded him with what he left, okay? He could have ignored me, gone straight to that, but he didn't. And you know why? Because I built value in me. Actually, I'm going to do what Mum's asking of me. I didn't nag him to come in on the board, but it's helped because I got value. So you can see why I really like him. Again, if you sit, stay, or anyway, wherever you are, they should come in with the first thing that they've picked up on delivery anyway, okay? But you can see because he trusts me and he wants to work with me, and whatever I've asked him to do has been valuable, he left that away, okay? So that is a little preview of what we were doing with tennis balls. When they get really good at it, you can throw it over and wherever they're sat, lob it, call them away, have them things before they go back to it, million things, all right? So that is a little clip of coming away from things that you don't want them to have. And then, like I said, if they do well, let them have it in the end. But for this one main priority is that's not yours, all right? So I want to finish on that win with him because that was spot on. Thank you. See you later, guys.